All right, welcome to another episode of Kick Push Gulf Coast. We're stoked to talk with my buddy Andrew today, Andrew Montejo, who has joined us in the last year. And dude, we're so stoked to have you a part of the community, and we can't wait for everyone to get to meet you. So before we get into that, I just got a couple quick announcements. So we have our Wednesday skate sessions at the Biloxi DIY Skate Park. You are always welcome to come out. It's free. Come out, hang out with the community. So it's from 5 to 7 every Wednesday night. We do our youth skate clinics. We do them twice a month. You can check our our Facebook page for the schedule. But this next one close to now is 14 February 2026, and it'll be at 1 p.m. And just bring a helmet, bring your parent, and bring a friend. It's gonna be a great time. You'll get to learn how to skateboard, and tips and tricks from mentors, skate mentors, and veterans in skating. And they'd love to be out there teaching you and showing you the ropes. This past weekend, we just wrapped up skating over at Slidell Skate Park, and that contest was insane. And so we had over like 250 people show up. We raised a couple $100, and we got to hang out with our friends over there, raise some awareness about the projects that we have going on here. So the tour that we're going on is going great. The next stop, if you want to come to it, will be March 20th. That'll be at Dreamland Skate Park over in Hammond, Louisiana. We'll be skating with our friends over at Therapy Skateboards. They're going to be showing up. And so if the last two events have been like a kind of like a precursor or trying to tell us anything or trying to like give us a prediction of the future, it's just going to keep building. I think it's going to get more and more insane as we keep going.
Yeah, it will. It will.
So I'm really stoked to see where it goes. And lastly, y'all, please join our online community. We'd love to hang out and skate with you in person. And let's keep the conversations and the stories going online. So you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and now this podcast that's on YouTube. Share it with your friends. If you want to support and keep the momentum going, it costs nothing for you to share this stuff. In fact, that's one of the most helpful ways you can help us get exposure and raise awareness about the skate park projects that we have across the coast and the different programs that we have. All right. That is all the announcements, dude. So yeah, it's kind of getting a lot. But it means we're doing stuff, I guess, right?
Oh yeah.
So
busy is good, right?
Yeah. Well, we're originally gonna sit and talk with someone else tonight, but then I'm kind of glad that fell through because I get the opportunity to just chill and talk to you. And I know that not a lot of people have gotten to hear your story much.
Yeah.
So when did you show up here in this scene?
See, showed up, what was it, late May? Late May we got here from Vegas.
Okay.
And yeah, it was we were still living out we were living out of a hotel, I guess, waiting for a house to open up for us. And we went to the Biloxi DIY on a Wednesday randomly, and that's when I ran into you and Andrew.
It just happened to be a Wednesday.
Yeah, it just happened to be a Wednesday, and I'm talking to Kayla, like, "Hey, you mind if I go skate?" She's like, "Yeah, we'll all go." So we happened to go and then bump into you, and it had to have happened for a reason, right?
Absolutely.
So your prior structures.
Yep.
And met Andrew too there, and it was just it was a good time, and yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, and like it was for sure like stars aligning, something in the cosmos or maybe God's plan, whatever people want to believe, right? But I truly that's the other incredible thing is that it hasn't even been a year, but you've made so much of an impact on the skate community from day one. And it's rare to find that same kind of spirit. There's a lot of people who show up in the scene and they have fun, they're enjoying, but they don't really give back, but you've went beyond giving back. We asked you to come and join basically our leadership team, our board of directors, because we saw how much you cared. And the ways you've done that is through filming, just coming out at events, helping out, and just also being a mentor. So I guess there's a lot I want to ask you about that because I think maybe one of the first things is, okay, you show up at our scene, you're here for a little bit. And before that though, what was your perspective looking in on the scene? Like from the outsider's perspective?
Oh, geez. Yeah, before I got here, I'm like, man, is there even going to be a scene? I knew about the DIY because in 2024, I came here in a TDY and I didn't get to skate it, but I seen it and was just like, oh, a little DIY. So I knew that was there.
Okay.
So, but I didn't know the potential of it. So when we got here, Googled skate parks that popped up. And yeah, I guess my thought was like the scene was going to be non-existent, which I'm glad it.
And, to be honest with you, so my career in the military, been in and out of this area, just like you, right? I started as structures, and they had the skate park on base at NCBC Gulfport.
Yeah,
They had, at the time, Harrison County actual skate park operating on the bees, and those were the ones in 2011 to 2014. And so there was a bit of a scene, and it was bigger than what I had experienced growing up. I grew up in the woods, and there was nothing. I was the scene. I built all the stuff around my house. All my friends came over, and we
yeah,
skated. Um, so I got to enjoy that. And then as I left and came back several times throughout my career, I watched as the scene slowly, well, kind of, it died when they shut down that skate park.
yeah,
I'm sure you've heard several times that there used to be a skate park on the Bees.
yeah. I
Um,
remember the DIY in Gulfport.
and then there was that popped up.
Oh, that was
And yeah,
afterwards.
so
Okay.
Jennifer, who was sitting in that chair with just last episode, was
Yeah,
talking about how her and her friends helped get petitions going, and then worked out kind of a tentative agreement with the owners of the slab that the Gulfport DIY was
really?
on. Yeah, the one that
Yeah,
Andrew and all them grew up skating. And it's kind of cool to be in this perspective and seeing and hearing all these stories, because that means that people were still doing it. It's just the government didn't really have an idea of how to provide that service to the community.
yeah.
And so that's where I think we're coming in and flipping the script, and like
Mhm.
we're making sure that it can happen. So, but then fast forward a little bit, you're looking it up online.
Yeah.
So what was out there in 2024? Do you remember? Like it wasn't painted.
No,
There's
I mean,
probably
it was
just a few
pretty. Yeah,
things.
there was a few things at
Yeah.
the, rail. I think a few ramps.
Mhm.
Nothing crazy, but it's like, okay, somebody's at least got this going on here.
Yeah.
So, which was y'all,
Yeah.
GCSA. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to expect. And then it seemed like when I got there, so much more. It's like, okay, I could see myself coming here all the time for
Yeah.
sure.
So you're growing up in skateboarding, though it wasn't here. You grew up
No,
in skateboarding where? Like what
I grew
what
up
would
in
you
the
say?
It was tough because you only had the summer and fall and then, relying on indoor parks at that point. So it was a little bit rough at times just to be able to skate year round. But I mean, the indoor skate parks were phenomenal. Shout out Captain Ron's, Four Seasons in Milwaukee, Cream City out of
Are
Milwaukee.
these indoor skate parks?
Indoor parks, yeah,
First one?
operational. Captain Ron's,
Captain
it's no
Ron's?
longer there,
Oh,
but I'm telling you,
RIP Captain Ron.
man, from like 2000, I don't know, 2002 to 2005-ish, the scene was crazy in Southeast Wisconsin.
How old were you?
I was at that point in time, like anywhere from 13 to 15.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow, and having indoor skate parks, I'm guessing during the winter? Okay.
yeah.
Man.
So yeah, primarily, Milwaukee, Chicago area, skating around in the streets and Um, it just rough, because
Mhm.
it's weathered, everything's real weathered. So that's what I grew up skating in.
Yeah.
But you learn how to skate something like that, then you can skate anything.
That's a good point. We had a comment, we were talking after the contest. It's interesting seeing everyone's styles, and part of it has to do with the individual, but I think also part of it has to do with the environment they grew up skating in. And like, if you grew up in the rough streets, your
Yeah.
push is going to be a little different.
Yeah.
You may push Mongo because you didn't have a smooth enough park. There's all kinds of things that change everybody's style. I'll say though, your style at the park immediately from day one, you were turning heads just because like the
Yeah.
way you stomp, like you pop it, you stomp it, like it is proper, dude. I think you won the pod at Waterboys, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
won one of them, yeah.
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 So one
I'll
of the
be
first
back. I'm
pods,
gonna be back. Damn it.
and so I think it probably. I'm guessing it's from those chops you built up over that time. So
Oh, yeah.
when you first started skating, what got you into it?
What got me into it? Like, funny story, right? It was early 2000. I actually started off scootering,
Okay.
which is crazy, right? Like, it was a big boom of scooters,
Did
and,
you have a razor? What
it
do you have?
was a razor,
Oh,
and the funny thing is that, like, all my friends around me skated, and my mom had went out to New York with my oldest sister, she was in band, and when she came back, she brought back a scooter with shocks on it, and, like, nobody had seen it at that point in time, it was something crazy, so that's what got me into it for, like, 3 to 6 months, and I was like jumping downstairs, tail whoop, stuff like that. But my friends were always poking at me like, "Man, pick up a
Uh,
board, pick up a board." Pick up a board, and finally, my friend gifted me one. It
yeah.
was pretty beat up, old Beer City board with some independent trucks, like some size like 47 mils, and, yeah, I just, picked it up and let the scooter go after that because I just really dove into skating at that point.
The scooter is kind of like the training wheels of
It
skateboarding.
I
Yeah.
I was, like, sending it though, but
I mean, so, this is the part of my backstory I don't bring up. I also had a razor, but
did
we would do the razor because I grew up in the woods and we had some patches of dirt that were hard enough clay that you couldn't skate on them.
mm,
But the little like beat up scooters my dad picked up at some yard sale would work on them. So we would take the scooters in the yard. But like, yeah, they were trash. And I remember always wanting a skateboard because my cousin, he's the coolest dude to me even now. And he got one and then I wanted one and then we did it together.
nice.
So who like did you have a group of friends that you
Yeah, it was back when, no cell phones, right?
yeah,
So you're going to
such a
friend's
great
house,
era.
knocking on the door, "Hey,
Yeah.
can John come out and skate?" And I think back to it now, it's crazy on how, like, as a kid, you could skate for 8 hours straight, put in a whole shift, go to sleep, wake up, do it again.
Eating
When it
ra
was summertime,
Probably
though,
eating ramen noodles and stuff for
just eating
dinner.
chips and whatever. But yeah, we had our own group in Kenosha, and there was a school, Roosevelt, had a 4 stair and just, like, flat for days. So that was, like, the spot, like, "Hey, you wanna go to Rosie?"
Yeah.
And we'd go there and, just started learning how to do a bunch of stuff. It
Nice.
was good times.
Yeah. We had this place called Sam Atkins Park where it was beside some ball fields and there was like a mile loop of just sidewalk. And they had a four stair with a rail, but into grass. And so we jumped over a nearby fence and grabbed some plywood and pulled it over and threw it down on the ground in front of it. And that was our stair set. So
Nice.
we would land into 8 feet of plywood and that
You
was
had all
it.
these things.
That
Nice.
the first stair set I ever heel flipped was that one. Yeah.
Was it like, um, something went down, it was big?
Oh yeah.
At that's
Yeah.
how it was at the 4 stair
Yeah.
Roosevelt, like, "Yo, so and so did this."
hmm
It's like,
We'd
"That's
always be talking about
crazy."
Jer Bear, dude. Jer Bear, bro. Oh my God. Yeah.
A little bit older or what?
We were all the same age, but out of all of us, I always felt like I was the worst.
Yeah.
Like I just was always trying to catch up to what they were doing, and they were just so sick. And I know that some of them like still push around a little bit, but I've really kept up with it. And so like
Yeah.
my claim to fame is like doing a nollie big heel flip down, like a 3 stair ledge. And
Yeah.
so that, like I'll always feel like that's me. And I know that none of them got that.
Yeah. You got that over them.
Yeah.
Nice.
But so during that time, were you filming any of your friends back then? Or like
No.
where did you picking up the filming piece? Because that's a lot of what you've been doing for the association, especially the last few months. Your edits have been insane. So I'm guessing
Appreciate that.
where did that passion or that talent start?
So it didn't start till, probably like 2015, 16. So later
Okay.
on with skating, it was just always like it was so hard to find a filmer. So I went out and bought
Mm.
my own camera and just like, "Here, can you film me? Or I'll film you if you film me," you know?
It's one of the best ways to make friends too.
Exactly.
Because
It's like
people love like if you get a clip of them and like you send it to them, all of a sudden you're homies for life.
exactly. So that's why that was like the intent. So that's why I bought my first camera. And yeah, that's how I kinda just got into it, mostly filming and a little bit of photography, but nothing like how I wanna do now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kinda how it happened.
So in let's fast forward a little bit. We're out of Milwaukee area
Yeah,
and we're in Vegas.
yeah.
Is that where you start picking up filming a little bit more?
N honestly, I no, I just started picking it back up when I got here.
Okay.
My camera was like so it was a lot more fast paced, I guess, with the job, so I didn't have as much time to skate, or I didn't make the time, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you
like
had probably different priorities. You had your daughter
yeah,
was
she was fairly young. She was
yeah.
born 2020, and it was just like, hard to make time to
Mhm.
skate. So, yeah, I dusted it off when I got here and talking to Kayla, just like, "You know what? I think I'm gonna start filming again or try."
Mhm.
And yeah, one thing led to another, and now it's like, "You know what? I think I really wanna do this."
Yeah.
So, new camera and just trying to like really, dive deep into it.
I think that's one of the things that I'm so thankful that because I kind of got hit by that bug when I was in high school, and I never put it down. So I have over almost now, it's crazy to think, over 2 decades worth of just skateboarding, even though in the beginning it was all trash. But looking back at it, all those memories take me back to where
Yes.
we were. And throughout my military career, everywhere I've been stationed, I have a little diary journal plucked out of that timeline,
Mhm.
the music I was listening to, the places I was skating, the people I met. Dude, I was like, "Hey, will you hold my camera?" And like trusted them with with my
Right.
life because I
Yeah.
don't know how I'll ever replace it with my low income. And and then now, fast forward to now, my daughter, she's 18 months, and Haley will put on one of my videos on the TV. And she'll be like, "Dada, Dada," and like,
Nice.
oh, dude, it's a great feeling. But you're kind of like now with that, you're capturing that same moment for not just you, me, and like our board, like all the people who are coming through the coast. You're capturing those moments that their kids are going to be like, "That's Dada, that's Mama."
And that's like half the reason why I do it too, because yeah, the memories, like you said, there's a lot of footage that was taken throughout the years of me, but it's gone. Mini DV tapes,
Mm,
cassette tapes, stuff like that, to where like it's just gone, lost in transition just with other people filming it. So I'm glad that I'm able to start, building up for not just myself, everybody. Like, hey, I
yeah.
still have that clip years later. Here it is. So
If y'all haven't seen it, he filmed Locked In
locked in.
with Yoshi Glacio, who is one of the local rippers here.
So
He's
sick.
won and podiumed at a couple of our contests throughout the last couple of years. And so, what made you want to start Locked In? Like you sent it in the chat, and we're like, "Yeah, dude, do that!" Like,
Yeah.
and it was incredible. We loved it. We want to see more of it. But what got you wanting to do that particular series?
It was just, let's do a quick interview, quickish interview, and then highlight those skills of this person. Another quick lock in with this person, get everybody locked in, and then get to see that person locked in the skate park. So yeah, that was kind of my inspiration behind it. Just like, you know what? You get to know them and then you get to see them on the board and then you get to see their afterthoughts of
Mhm.
what they went through to like Yoshi doing that tray flip. He landed it once and was like, nah, I need to do it again. I'm like, let's do it. That's
Yeah,
what I'm here for. And he locked in and got it the way he wanted to. So yeah, that was the inspiration behind that.
I'm trying to maybe you can help me with this, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine you do, I don't know how frequent you want to do these. But let's say you did one a month, for example.
I like to do them weekly, but
Weekly,
maybe we
yeah.
spread them out,
Well,
but I'm down to do it weekly.
yeah, dude, that sounds sick. I mean, we got enough skaters for sure.
Hmm.
Um,
They
let's
just
say,
got to come prepared.
yeah, let's say we do it, you do it weekly. And what do you think in a year from now that will have how will it have an impact on our skate community? So,
I think being able to look back at it and maybe somebody's like, "Can I have a second locked in?" Because I think I could maybe lock in a little bit better in
okay.
so now it's like, "Yoshi, round 2, what have you been doing the past year? What have you learned? Let's see you lock in at the park now," So
Yeah.
maybe somebody wants some redemption, like, I think I could have maybe done a little bit different here or there, so maybe that's, like, the difference on it,
Yeah.
and just everybody's getting to know people now, so now maybe that's sparking up conversations that maybe not I wouldn't say intimidated to go up to say Yoshi, but they're just like, "Man, this." I know how it was when I was young, and if somebody was, like, really good, it was kinda hard to go up because how do you approach somebody that's,
Yeah.
like, really good? As somebody who's, like, 10 and under,
Hmm.
you're, like, shy and stuff, so
That's
maybe
a good point.
seeing that and, like, "Oh, this guy's, like, he's real, he's just like me, he's just
Yeah,
older," you know?
he lives in my I see him at the skate park, like, yeah, that's a good point, man. Because I you're basically saying that in the future, like, as we start to produce this more, the who you don't know who's gonna see it and the effect it's gonna have on them, and maybe make them feel more welcome to the community, probably inspire them, or maybe see a piece of themselves in that person, like, wow, I also he said he was from San Antonio, like, Yoshi
Yeah,
did, yeah?
yeah, born
Yes, so maybe either someone else from that same area who transplanted here like him, and that story maybe resonates with him or something,
Yeah, like,
them.
he was skating the whole time, so maybe it's like, "Did you skate this skate park?" Or in
Mhm.
Ger he said in Germany, "Did you skate this skate park in
Yeah.
Germany?" Or so there's just those little
Mhm.
pieces where you can
Well,
try and, yeah, spark
that's
conversation.
exactly the first thing I thought when I was like, "I gotta ask him about that the next time I see him," because
Yeah.
I got to skate a little bit in Germany too, so I'm like, "Where at?" So and
I didn't
or
know that about him. I was like,
yeah,
"Hey, you been a lot of places, lucky."
yeah. Or I could hop in the comments and ask him, which yeah, I mean, like, what's what we're always trying to do is create that exposure. The more comments that pile up on a video, more exposure it gets. So, which further helps the rest of the scene and what we're trying to do. So,
Definitely.
the other part I was going to make a comment on that I think that is the main reason Andrew's chiming in a bit. I think there's a lot of, we do a lot for all these different parts of our skate community. I think we're doing really great at youth engagement and doing the free skate clinics and stuff. And at times, I hope that we're doing good for our core skaters too, the dudes who like are really good
Oh
and they
yeah.
got full-time jobs and they still commit to come out and skate with us. And I think that's the element that Locked In is bringing, is that that's the real core skate. Just we're worried about the skateboarding more than advocacy than anything else. We're just focused on the skating. And I think
Yeah.
that's the part that I've kind of wondered what we could improve on. And as soon as you start doing it, it's like that's it.
Uh,
You're doing it.
uh,
So
Yeah, you get to like just dive in with this person. Like Yoshi, I follow him on Snapchat, so I see him, always doing some hard work, and he's a roofer. It's like, geez.
yeah.
And he works the full day and comes out on Wednesday nights and still goes and rips. It's like, dude, you're going through that's a lot, you
Yeah,
know?
and you
So
you could literally relate to him today because you were just saying you were teaching
oh,
students how to root.
yeah, teaching people how to do rafters. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy.
that was dope, dude. Okay, so all right, well, I'm gonna kind of dive in a little bit deeper into GCSA.
Yeah,
So
let's do it.
it takes a lot of work to make GSA work. When we first started, and you saw a couple of the meetings that the board was doing, what you didn't seem intimidated by it, and you seemed like you wanted to jump in. So, what motivated you to lean in and to join our leadership team?
Just to be able to like help out. Like I seen it was already put together very well, very organized, and I'm like, I want to be a part of that. Like I want to be able to help however I can because the mission is just spot on what I want to do for the youth, the community. Like I wish maybe they had that in Vegas. I didn't it wasn't out there like that.
Mhm.
But if something like that was in Vegas or something like GCSA was out in Vegas, I probably would have been in more like
Yeah,
but there was no not that I know of, maybe there is, I don't know,
yeah,
but, if there was something like that, I'd probably would have dove in, so meeting GCSA and just what it's all about, I can definitely make time to commit
yeah.
to help out however I can.
I appreciate that, man. I know I want to make sure you understand how much I appreciate, and I want to praise you for everything you've done. But I I think about that too as a younger skater. They had the El Paso, Texas Skate Park Association,
Yeah,
and
okay.
which is several hours from Las Vegas, but still out in the Southwest. And the thing that I really loved about El Paso is that I there was like by the time I left, they had 15 different skate parks in the city, in the surrounding
Yeah,
area, which is insane.
taking care of their
Yeah.
skaters.
And I think in like 2011 or something in Thrasher magazine, they won Skate City of the Year.
Jeez, yeah.
And they have the Van Buren ditch. That's like the one with the two volcano spines, like in the middle of this ditch on the mountain that protects the city when it floods and stuff.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's dry all year round. It's a skate park.
mhm.
They got anyways, they got a ton of $1 million skate parks. And like, from my perspective, being like kind of like a little bit jealous that they had all that going on because I grew up in the woods where they didn't have that.
Yeah,
And I was trying to figure out how, when I was about to take this assignment, this is where I knew I could make the biggest difference in skateboarding in the world because they don't have a robust scene. And I just took exactly what El Paso, Texas was doing just for their city and tried to scale it out over the Gulf Coast. And that's where kind of trying to refine it. Whenever I hit the ground running, it was because I ran back into Andrew. I kind of messaged him like months before I came
yeah,
back and was telling him that I was planning on doing this. We found a couple other people and we started with just like 9 people at our first Wednesday night skate meetup. And then it just kind of added a few people from there. And it's kind of how it grew to where it is now. And we really have gotten better at clarifying the mission and the vision. And I think a lot of people like you see it, clearly understand it, and want to get after it. And I think that's where a skateboarder at any level, kid who's just trying to get into it, core skater, returning skater, new skater, whatever, casual skater, all of them can find a place with us.
oh, most
So,
definitely.
yeah, I wish that we had something like this where I grew up. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I can only imagine. And shoot, maybe one day we do scale this out further. But I
that's
mean,
the dream, right?
yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, Biloxi being our pilot park and then working on the one in St. Martin and in Ocean Springs, but that's still just kind of contained to Mississippi. But as we proof of concept, right? Once we get Biloxi going,
Yeah.
like we move on to the next city that we want to help out. And we've also been trying to help out, spread awareness about other projects like the one in Picayune.
Yeah.
So, which they'll be on the podcast here soon. Can't wait to show everyone that one. They're
Yeah.
going to, Jacob Guthrie and Pete Taggart, who are the guys running the shows with that.
Right. But yeah, I think once skaters in the community start seeing like the park, getting developed, there's gonna be a lot more buy-in of just like spreading out. Okay, GCSA made it happen in Biloxi. It's possible to happen elsewhere. I feel like it's coming soon.
Were you on that Discord call with those guys out of Utah?
I wasn't able to make that
That's
one.
that's all good, but I was gonna say that, like, we're getting hit up on messages, like, where people from outside of this region are asking for help, and although we can't give them money, I can give them some time and advice, and
Yeah,
that's what we gotta do, so
which is crazy. Yeah, they're hitting us up.
yeah. I
Nowhere
know, it's
near.
like,
It's like,
we must look like we figured it
hey,
out.
we got some kind of buzz going, right? Some kind of
Yeah.
traction.
I think the things that helped was it was community the whole way. Like it didn't just pop up overnight. It was a lot of hard work and trying to. One thing I've tried my best to do is like not make it. I don't want to be the decision maker on everything, and I
Right.
want other people to have a voice and a say. And I don't ever want to shut somebody's idea down. And I want to explore it until we find that maybe it's not cost effective or feasible. And I think by doing that, it brings in more imagination and talent than ever I could do on my own. And I think that would be my advice to anyone who's watching, who's maybe not from here and they're trying to do something, is bring your friends together and use your talents together. That's the
Yeah.
only way this is the only way this worked.
Oh yeah.
Um, so what do we need to do right now, you think, to level up GCSA?
To level out,
To
to
level it up.
level up, level up. I feel like we're right there doing it. The tour is gonna be. It's already showing that it's helping us kind of expand, right? So I think just finishing off strong, the following through, finishing off strong, and having one maybe twice as big next year.
Yeah.
Maybe go out a little further. I mean, I can't lie, the couple hours away is a little tough, but hey,
Mhm.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm down to get there and make it work.
Connecting with the homies that are further away from here. I think that's really important. Our furthest we're going right now is Panama City and Baton Rouge, and honestly, those are overnight stays
You
for
almost
some
have to,
people.
yeah. I mean, I feel like I might, yeah, just
Yeah.
get a hotel and hey, get to know that community too.
Mhm.
Hey, maybe some of the locals are like after the contest is done, maybe they show us some local spots or whatever it be. So maybe it's more helps with that cohesion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with you on that. I think we need to make sure that we continue to do the tour right. We're what, February? So we got June 13th is going to be the Biloxi Skate Fest. That one's going to be the halfway stop.
I can't wait.
And so we're lining up vendors and sponsors right now. And we're right now in the chat, we're doing park expansion plans,
Yeah.
like what we're going to do. Out of the couple of things that were said, what do you think?
I'm a
Like,
sucker for a pyramid. So when I
okay.
see Andrew's drawing of the pyramid, just to like a just a legit pyramid. I
Mhm.
love that. And then maybe add 2 more stairs or 3 stair, widen it up a little bit, and
Mhm.
there'll be a free for all on that. It's a little tight right now for tricks with the hubba. It's still skatable, obviously,
Yeah.
but a 5 stair, that's solid. Nice little 5 stair. Like I said, a little bit
Mhm.
wider, and I think
I think for us to be like to host the kind of competition we want to host, we absolutely need to expand it. I
mhm,
think it's too tight for people to skate the hubba.
yeah.
Some dudes who are just gnarly make it work,
Yeah, they
but it's
do.
kind of out of reach for some others.
Mhm.
It being wider would open up even the flip tricks you can do down it because it is kind of tight.
At that point, might as well throw a handrail down it too, right?
Yeah. I guess the only just this is my personal thing as I think about it. If we're going to take away the two stair and turn that into a pyramid, we got to remember that we've just removed a stair set obstacle for the kids to learn on,
Yeah.
which is kind of the double edged sword. So maybe five stair, as much as I'd love it, maybe it needs to be a four. That way, it's still right there in between what a beginner and an advanced person can enjoy together. Might be a
Yeah.
little tough for a beginner to learn on, but I mean, I'm sure we're gonna sit and workshop it and figure something out, but
Most definitely.
I definitely agree. It needs to be wider.
Yeah, a little bit wider for sure when I'm going up to do something fakey down it. That hub would just feel so close. Yeah, I know it's not.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
never is,
I know
but it's
exactly
just
what you're talking
peripheral.
about.
You're like, it's very close,
Yeah,
and it's not.
and if you're out of towner and you're not used to it, it might be
Mhm,
too close, like, to
mhm,
be real,
yeah,
and so that might throw them off. Also, it's been a long time coming, as a side note, that bank ramp up to the stair set, it needs to be longer, like,
it'd be nice to
more of
be
a
able to
mellow.
gradual.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
kind of like a,
it's
I'm not saying it's a
spits
wall
you up
ride,
pretty
but it's like
quick.
a definite,
Mhm.
you have to be ready for
And you
it.
almost have to readjust your feet again because sometimes it might throw your feet off. I'm the type of person almost like have my feet set up going up it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
to me, if we're gonna fix the stair set, I know we're getting really into the weeds about
Oh,
it,
I love
but
it.
if we're gonna fix the stair set, we have to replace that quarter pipe back there.
Yeah.
It needs to be wider and have more of a deck, and that's where people should be setting up, kind of like
Mhm.
we have the 8 foot bank ramp on the other side,
Yeah, that's the
eight
kinda
feet wide.
feel that
Yeah.
yeah, you would need for
Well,
sure.
and me and Andrew, we were kind of talking in the chat that I think we could do with, if it was like 8 feet, but like one is like a 3.5 or a 4 footer, and then
Yeah,
one's maybe the 5.
I like that.
So that, like,
Yeah,
because
a little step
there's
up,
dudes
yeah.
who want a bigger bit of a quarter pipe.
Yeah, it can handle the speed too.
Yeah.
If they're, dropping in to go do something down
I
there or
didn't even think
something.
about that point, because that rough asphalt will take it out of you.
For real.
Okay, so let's see. I got one more question here, and then I feel like this probably, we've been talking for a minute. It's been a good conversation.
Yeah, it's good.
We're thinking a lot about the future.
Yeah.
Let's think past it a bit. What do you think, or what do you hope the next generation gets out of what we're doing, out of our generation? What, like, really, this is a big, like, present to them, something that
Yeah,
I didn't have growing up. I'm not sure if you had someone there to show you all the ropes, like we
yeah.
kind of have for these kids here. What do you think? What do you hope they inherit, this next generation, from us?
I hope they just, learn how to, pay it forward, right? Continue to pass on that knowledge. Don't just gatekeep any knowledge or on how to either, become a better skater or just like give the new guy or somebody out of town the cold shoulder. No, like I feel like the DIY is pretty welcoming, which is nice. I don't really get vibes like that, like, oh, it's the new guy. Who's this? I don't want to mess with him, So hopefully they just continue to pay it forward.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about having the next generation learning from us. Like, you can welcome people into the park. Like, chances are you probably got more in common than them than you
Yeah.
realize. Yeah, and hopefully the generations coming up will want to, show the ropes to the next kids. I do see some kids at the park already doing that, without anyone going up and telling them, like, that kid's about your age and he's trying to learn how to drop in. You just learn that. Like, you got any, before I would, I don't even need to say that something to them. They're just doing
It's
it.
naturally happening.
Yeah. And that,
Yeah.
I mean, kind of those kids teach me again how you should be, right? And no one told them to do that. So I see it already happening, and I hope they inherit that too, man.
Yeah, hopefully they just continue to do it as they grow older.
Yeah. Well, dude, great talk, man. I appreciate you coming on the pod.
Yeah.
Um, so, hmm. So thank you for watching this episode of Kick Push Gulf Coast. We appreciate you coming along for the ride.
Yeah.
Stick around for the next one. And if you haven't seen, we got plenty of episodes out now. We're starting to develop a little bit of a catalog, but
Yeah.
it's been really awesome having you on the pod, man. We'll probably have you on as a co-host again some point.
I'll be here.
Yeah, man. All right.
Nice.
Thank you all for watching.
Hey, tune in to Locked In every Wednesday.
Come on. Peace.